Now you have laid the right side of the right section fabric right side down, hanging over towards the left up section, and then that will take it to the machine and it will tack down in just one vertical stitch line, and then you want to pull it over so that you're looking at the right side. This particular fabric doesn't have a right or a wrong, so it doesn't really show that, but you just bring it over and finger press it, take it to the machine, and the machine now will tack it down the other three sides. After the two sections have been quilted, and it'll be like one after the other, you will then just continue with the embroidery design until we get to having only 3 sequences left, one of which will be adding the back fabric, and the other 2 will be the satin and motif stitches that go around the edges. Now you want to continue your embroidery through sequence 12, and so you'll have 3 sequences left. Now, because this is a satin edged finished mug mat, we're going to turn the hoop over, whereas with the turned mug mats we put the fabric, the back fabric, right side down on top of the front, but this being the one that's going to be satin edged, you do not have to turn it, so we're going to turn the hoop over instead. Put it up just a tad. You're looking at the back of the hoop, and now you're going to take your back fabric piece, and because this is just a very lightweight cotton, I have interfaced it with fusible interfacing, and now you just lay that over the entire project, the entire mat, and take that to the machine, and you would have to pin this a little bit to hold it on. But the other thing you can do is go ahead and trim your front. Now you can trim the front now, you can trim the front when you first put it on, or you can trim the front at the end, but I'm going to trim it, and the reason I'm going to trim it, let's see, that's good enough right there, because I want to be able to see, since this is wash away stabilizer, it's see-through, so I'm going to put this on and turn it over and kind of hold it there. See, I can see that it's lined up. You might want to trim some of the side just to make sure you're over top of the sides as well. But if you put it on, it's going to be right side up now. And you want to lay that over the mat, and you can put a couple of pins there if you want. But I can, quite frankly, can usually just hold my hand underneath here and just slide it under the machine and get it in the right spot. But if you're hesitant of doing that, you can just take a couple of pins and put in. Just take a couple of pins and put in the corners. Just make sure your pins are not where this presser foot's going to land. And one pin is usually enough. And then you just kind of hold that and slide it under the machine and make sure that it doesn't fold over in the process. The machine's going to tack down the back fabric, and then you're going to trim the front, these excess pieces on the outside of the stitch line. You're going to use that on the front and the back, and then return it to the machine with a bobbin thread that is the same as what you're going to be doing your satin stitch in, because that's going to show on the back side.